Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We're gonna go ahead and do one of these kind of like, end of celebration, kind of like campaign reviews, or what exactly did I call it? Let's see, celebration character reviews. Yeah, so we're going to be doing another one of these, right? So, like, once the celebration is complete, kind of, give some thoughts on the units. Minato does these tweets, and people kind of, like, vote on them. We can see how good these characters are. So this is essentially the month of December celebrations, is what we're looking at right here. So this is going to include the Christmas Carnival character, which was the featured Gohan and Trunks, as well as, Android 16 and that whole celebration. So let's jump in. Android 16 just immediately is great. Android 16 is awesome. The thing that for a moment it was scary with Android 16. It's like, oh man, I don't know. Now, the problem is not his performance itself. Outside of like Raditz, it usually isn't just about like a Dokkan Fest performance and if they're good or bad. I mean, some of the 2023 characters are very wonky, obviously, but a lot of times, okay, so, like, if we look at Android 16, right, like, he's, his intro is triggered by Android allies, he's supporting Android allies at all time, right there, right, he needs 17 or 18 to be there to trigger this, which is one of his strongest effects, right, so, how good Android 16 is really just was determined by what was going to be given to him for his team. Well, we now have the definitive answer to that, and Android 16 got treated about as well as they possibly could have. Because do you know what the Android team I like to run is? Well, let's just go ahead and take a look. I could quickly show you, because I did the video, the challenge from Iron Cane right here. And I just want to show the team I built. The cleared team is it as well, but let me just, I guess I'll pause, hold on. And wha-bam, right there. Android 16, there's 17, the tech androids, 19 and 20, and then the 2 recent gammas, otherwise known as the most recent 6 characters. Typically, when it comes to this game, or like a team, or what characters are good, it usually just as simple as like the last 6. So they've given us, since Android 16 came out, they have completely given us the entire fresh team. This is not common, but it means that Android 16 is great, Android 17 is great. Let's just get past Carl Jr. for a second. 17 and 18 are great. And then 19 and 20, I think after their fix, right? They were bugged previously. With those fixes, I would consider all of these characters great. I think they actually did a tremendous job with, virtually every single one of them. Why don't we let's just do this. Yep. Because I believe this is just going to be right in the order of the video. So we talked about Android 16. He is just very strong. He potentially can be strong defensively in slot 1. He can hold it down damage-wise if we get him to attack in slot 3, or we use his active skill in slot 3. This guy is just overall really, really good. As long as you know what you're doing, Android 16 is going to kick ass. MVP 17 is a great release here, too. They thought of this. This is where Dokkan is connecting releases in a very intelligent way. One major thing for, it's not part of the character we're talking about in this video, but Gohan and Gamma 1, remember, they have this right here. Ding, 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 ding. And that is going to be helped out a lot by Android 17, who is a superhero character, because it's from the Tournament of Power. Android 17 from the Tournament of Power. So they did, I think, a huge positive job here of giving us a character. And this guy's ridiculous, by the way. He could have 100% dodge in turn 1. He's got the orb changing. He has the support. He has the 2-turn support. This Android 17 is legitimately, I think both him and Daima Piccolo are practically in, like, best banner unit ever talks, pretty much. So Android 17 is crazy, right? And then we jump on over 17 and 18. They're EZA. This is one of the stronger EZA TURs I can remember. And this character's power and their toolkit, I don't think, like, this is not a character that's going to just poof disappear overnight because of their powerful active skill, right? Like, this is a character that's going to have a lot of value moving forward. There were many players already who had, like, you know, 20,000 plus runs, you know, using the Tech 1718 here because of their powerful active skill, which they still have. And now, like, their whole kit is just designed. They're very, very, very strong. And then 19 and 20, the glitch or the issue or whatever was messed up with them, this did not trigger the way it was supposed to. This is supposed to activate when they get hit. Like their target, or let me not say when they get hit. It's when they're targeted, essentially. And it would be activated immediately. But the glitch was they would get hit without this, and then the second time they would get hit, they would have it. But that's not what the character was intended to be like. But now that that's fixed, this character is very good. They're very strong with, you know, 17 support, which is a huge factor in this, right? 16 support, which is another huge factor in this. Remember, when a character is giving attack from like a super attack effect support right here, the attack is not going to do that much for characters just like their attack stats, right? It's not going to do that much for it. Where that is going to be really big and impactful is buffing damage for active skill attacks, or if a character has counters, say Tech Vegito, you know, or many of the Vegetos of the past or something, maybe like a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta counter, right? Like that is where this attack buff really helps. But the defensive buff is massive and monstrous, right? Like, we know this forever because of how strong the impact was that the LR Gammas had last year in 2024, right? Like, they, you know, Gamma 1, like, once you were down to solo Gamma 1 and he could super and have that 2-turn defensive support, that doubled Beast Gohan's effectiveness, right? It made him such a terror, right? Able to tank, like, you know, under 50% HP Goku and Frieza and some of these, like, super, like, demon bosses that were out there. So it's just like, they did this perfectly, right? We could only wish that every niche release, which Android 16 qualifies as, Android 16, I mean, you know, we could talk about, like, you know, Tau did not have much excitement. Android 16 was even beneath Tau. Like, easily he was, right? But, you know, Android 16 got a lot more help than Tau did. Like, and they, like, perfect help. Like, I would say 16 to me feels like a 10. 17 feels like a 10. 17, 18 feel like a 10. And considering this is a sub-EZA banner unit EZA, I would say this is a 10. Like, legitimately, this is a 10. I would vote 10 for you. I'd vote 10 for you. And I'd vote 10 for you. Like, legitimately. Like, they're all 10s. Like, not even a 9. Like, I can't believe 52% voted good. I mean, I suppose this would be a casual player would not have a good experience with 16, I suppose, right? So, like, if you're just, like, a normal player, free-to-play player or something like that, you pull 16, you don't have 17, maybe you don't have many dupes in them, right? You're certainly not going to be able to pull, then, the new dual Dokkan Fests, which complete their team. So, like, I could understand that, right? And a casual player is not going to be like, all right, link level 10 instantly, and good defensive equips and set them up perfectly. So, I could see how Android 16 could be a little rough. Like, when he's not, like, perfectly optimized, right? For sure. 17, I mean, he's just a demon. 10. You know, I'm surprised that there's 7 and 8s here, honestly. We could talk about this guy. Well, okay, we'll circle back around for Garlic Jr. We've just been talking about the others. I mean, this is just, I mean, as good of an EZA as you could get. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, 0.% down there. No one was really even trolling with that. And then 19 and 20. I would think if we consider them a sub-EZA, I think that they get the great scale, for sure. You compare, like, so many of what these, like, previous, like, pan unit EZAs look like, they're great. Garlic Jr. I mean, this is just very simple. He's a 10 out of 10. Garlic Jr., 10 out of 10. This is a free-to-play character, and he's a monster. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use him at full power. I did not have enough currency to rainbow him instantly. What's silly about that is it's because I I rainbowed Analasa. So I can't use full power Garlic Jr., dude. But Garlic Jr. is awesome. One of the huge problems Dokkan would do is they drop these Battlefield LRs and we can't rainbow them for like a year. Didn't happen with Garlic Jr. Didn't happen at all. So, boom. Like, you can rainbow... If you have the currency, you can rainbow Garlic Jr. right now, and he's great on the Demonic Power team. He does require you run full Demonic Power, but that's not even a problem, considering it's really quite magical that they did it. But they, for whatever reason, decided to put Super Saiyan 4 Goku on Demonic Power. I guess because of Neva, the little, like, energy he gives Goku or whatever. They put Goku on Demonic Power because of that. But that really completes the team. And then look at this. So like, every release for, like, a while in a row, like, or a lot of them are Demonic Power. Like, look how much Demonic Power has been getting. It's almost as though they're building it up. For anniversary, maybe? Is Adult Super Saiyan 4 going to be on it as well? Whew, my God. But, you know, we have the LR Gohan right there. We get the Dokkan Fest Goku. Part 2 Goma. EZA Kid Gohan, who could be very effective, right? Garlic Jr. And then we got these three added to it. Demonic Power. And we can build this, like, villain-oriented. We could clown around with Kid Buu, clown around with Super EZA Buhan. We could use Tech Buhan. We could even toy around with Slug a little bit, right? Like, there's, and, you know, Fat Buu is there. There's also Beast if we want to mess around with him. Like, there's, you know, like, Garlic Jr. is just a hard 10. This is a free-to-play character. He easily has summonable unit performance. He's just a hard 10. So, like, look at this fucking set. Look at it. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And then we get to a 0. Not actually a 0, but this guy's really bad. He is. Unfortunately, they put him into a situation. They designed him so poorly. Like, this Trunks, he is so bad. I think he's a little bit more effective. Once you transform with him, he can be a bit more effective as long as you can dodge. If you could dodge, he's got some effectiveness to him. But you've got to be able to dodge. It's kind of the big thing with it, right? I don't know. It's rough. I do think in Artificial Lifeform Red Zone, here's the thing though, I'm fair. Artificial Lifeform Red Zone, it's going to be these longer fights. Right now, there's no gimmicks, you know, AoEs, locking, stunning, sealing. If boss, like this guy, his weakness, units that have weaknesses really get exposed against those type of bosses. And right now, the Artificial Lifeform Red Zones are just like, they're just straight up fights, right? Bosses who don't really have unique abilities. They just hit hard. In that environment, Trunks could do okay, especially if it's a longer fight and we could be Super Saiyan Trunks to where most turns he'll probably have a 90, 95, or maybe even 100% chance to dodge. In that environment, he could do well, but if we just look at the full scope of all of the fights that exist right now, along with, I mean, this guy's performance, he's like a 0, 1, 2, or 3. Easily. He's just bad. Now, I almost kind of want to just, like, skip by Jackie Chun, Piccolo Jr. So Jackie Chun I gave underwhelming, Piccolo Jr. underwhelming. This Trunks I gave good, like a 7, although we do have a lot of deaths using him on the future Gohan and Trunks team. But if we jump on over here, the problem with World Tournament characters, now this is going to be less of an issue with the friend system fix for sure, but, like, oftentimes characters come out and they're designed to be used on, like, whatever teams are going on right now, right? Like, Garlic Jr. was handled well to that extent. All the androids are on the team. Trunks, I mean, he was designed for the team that comes out just a little bit later, that, you know, the future Gohan Trunks. Like, that's where they easiate him for that purpose. But, like, these two characters right here, they don't have, like, a team. Like, we could run this guy with Tao, but this guy's gonna have the same thing going on. Incredible weakness against boss mechanics. Locking, AoE, these types of abilities really destroy Jackie Chun. It is nice that they added the evaded to this, by the way. Previously he had to get hit, but now they do let him dodge. And also there's this, right? So Jackie Chun, he doesn't just have 50% damage reduction. He has to 18 key super the specific enemy who's hitting him. Right now, we have a plethora of fights. Very difficult fights where it's multiple enemies. A bunch of these fights. So, bro, chat, right? Like, you know, it's just, it's a little rough. It's a little rough for Jackie Chun. So I just put him down for underwhelming. I still have to get a showcase up, but I mean, it's a little iffy. I think like if he could be run like on like a strong team, like Tao is like okay, and like Tien is like okay, but they're not like top 5 level characters. So like when we're rocking a team and we've got like no top 5 level characters on it, not looking too good. And this Piccolo Jr., I mean, he's just got so many, like his numbers could look pretty impressive, but all his restrictions and stuff, it's a little bit of a mess. We can run him on demonic power though, which is good. And then this Trunks, he could be effective on the Future Gohan and Trunks team, but I mean, we did see him die a lot. But to be fair, I also don't really like we're in like some of the hardest fights in the game. For like a World Tour free to play character, this guy is pretty good. Like I probably even should have given him a great. I do feel like we probably could have done that. Like for what he is, I feel like he probably is pretty great. But yeah. Then EZA, AGL, Future Gohan, and Trunks, I gave them a good. A lot of people were very high on them. The problem with this character to me is still, it's mainly this, right? Now, I mean, fights are so crazy, we typically can get into that. But this character too, I've seen very, very up and down performance with this character. I mean, it would mostly depend on, I think, what like a lot of the support that's active is. You know, EGL Kid Gokan can help them and stuff, but in base, I do not trust this character. And I just am always constantly like, I need to transform as quickly as possible. Now, once you get to Future Gohan, he's a 10 out of 10, I think, or high up there, a 9 out of 10. He can be killed by some of the really nasty bosses, but this guy is, I think, more like he perfectly, like I am pleased with this EZA overall, I would say. This guy's a demon. You know, there's risk running the character, but it's mostly when you're them. Once Future Gohan is out by himself, you're good. Like, you're good to go. So I do think like an 8 or a 9 feels valid. And then this character, this is one of the best characters of the year. 10 out of 10. We don't even really need to talk about this character too much. This guy's going to be good for a long time because turn 1, he's invincible. He's guarding with 90% damage reduction, essentially. And if he's in slot 2 or 3, it's guarding with 80% damage reduction. And then on his second turn, he just has a revive up. It's an absurd combo. And then let's play it out. Let's play it out. Turn 1, guard 90% damage reduction. Turn 2, Team Protector revivability. Let's say he dies. His third turn, which would be turn 5 in this instance, we then swap to Trunks, who can have 100% dodge with his active skill. Like, at this character, the abilities they gave this unit are crazy. This is crazy. This is a crazy character. They're, like, really nuts. At Future Gohan, bro, I don't, like, how is this guy not going to be relevant moving? Like, what could they do to make this guy not relevant? Like, his setup is so crazy. Like, I feel like this character, he's going to be good moving forward. Like, just letting y'all know. That boy, I don't need to spend too much time talking. I mean, we just spent, that was the time talking about a 10. He's a 10. He's a 10. Easy 10. Easy 10. I actually rather like this fight. People who call it bad, valid. I think you're completely valid for calling this fight bad. Where you load in, there's AoEs, dodge canceling, he stuns instantly, and he seals you. You could call that bad, and I go, yep, sounds good. I think I love the toxicity of it. But if you want to call it bad, I think it's very valid. Yeah. This mission was very fun. I called it bad. I probably should have called it good. It was a fun mission. But they really set you up, because Broly counters Hybrid Saiyans. A lot of the stronger units, like dodge is very important for them. Dodge is what you need to deal with Broly, right? I probably should have not put bad. I should have put great on that. And then the celebration was kick-ass. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was a good celebration. It was a good celebration. So, yeah, chat, I mean, it's crazy. Again, you start out 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Like, it's crazy. The beginning of this celebration was pretty nuts. And then now, I mean, now that we see what came with the next celebration, right? The, this Dual Dokkan Fest was just further... Like both of these characters are Bond, a Master, and a Disciple, and both of them are demonic power. So they're on this guy's team, they're on 16's team, and they're on Daima Goku's team. Literally, like, the last 3 major teams, they're both on. It's crazy. Perfect. Like, this is where, like, the schedule was handled perfectly. Perfectly. Right? They really mapped this. Like, remember during the 8th anniversary, they said, oh, we've got everything mapped out to the 10th anniversary. And then they immediately dropped 3 base form Gokus in 4 months. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, it felt like Amatsu was fucking with us, right? Not like this. You look at this, and this is where they go, yeah, we've had this plan for a long time. And I'd go, I see the vision. I see it. Kid Gohan, perfect for demonic power, but he's perfect for this team as well, right? Oh my god, these releases, but they're great for Injured 16, and they're great for this team, and they're great for this team. Like this page is masterclass in how they could set the game up right here. Masterclass. Perfect. Perfect. I feel like, you know, Dokkan is kind of like a little bit in what I consider like the off season. Like when Dokkan is kind of like hot, or it's really, I guess now, mostly going to be like, you know, sometime in January, right? Like more so towards the 3/4 of the way through January is when the hot season, or the on season, I consider, starts. And then it does kind of vaguely just go until now. I guess it would be kind of like the start of August, right? Like once GDC would end, that I think is how far like kind of like the hot period goes. And then, you know, like TDC was really bad in 2025, so I'm not going to have supreme expectations for going into it next year. We'll see what it's going to look like, but yeah, I mean keep this in mind, guys. So let me know what you guys think about the celebration, but I would say it was very good.